Well, I've had the steering rack out on my little workbench. Look at that beauty. And it's now completely filled as much as I believe is humanly possible with grease. But now I've given myself a new problem. I can't keep the camera steady, but if I can do it like that. Yeah, you can just about see it, but I'm holding the camera, so. The steering rack is not being held tight by this rubber bushing bracket set up here for whatever reason. Now, I can't remember if that was the factory one or whether that was the one I got with the DC2 rack or what. So, gonna have to do some more investigating. Yay, my favourite custom car. It'll be fun, they said. Yeah. It is a sweaty freaking Saturday. Got Karlos, mate, helping me. New steering rack, EG, we believe. We haven't had the pinion out yet to check what's what, but we're just letting. It's had a refurb. It's had the captain special done on it. Letting that dry. Where's my other rack gone?
Sat here.
Ah. The reason we've got a new rack is because I had a bit of an accident with this one, and that bit of casting there should have one of these on it. And you can see now it doesn't, after I just took it all apart and redid the grease and everything like that, because this is the manual converted one, the one that I did properly. But now we're not bothering with any of that, we're just going to loop the lines on this one and be done with it. So that's where we are at. But the reason I've just started recording is because there's a little ting under that blanket that's been hiding for some time. Gonna do the honours, mate. Woo! Yeah, boy. Look at that. I can just look at it. It's sick. So we're just going to pull all the ancillaries off, give it a beasting with a wire wheel, just give it a little tidy up, make it look nice, and then it will be time for that to meet that. Now I have all the correct gearbox bolts and everything, and we will be sweet. Oh, I've actually got dowel pins. They're just in. Oh no, I've got one dowel pin. So it's a good job I got some more in it. Sweet. So there's an engine crane there, boys. Can you put two and two together? Yeah. I don't like this mess, but it's sort of a necessary evil. Lots of things happening. KB's on valve clearances. It's not the cleanest K20 we've ever seen, but a few oil changes of some quality gear should hopefully make sure it's all tickety boo. Got some weird shit going on with the valve cover though. It pulled that freaking bolt all the way out of there, which I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to do, and it's now sticking out of the valve cover there, so we need to investigate that and find a fix, but we should be good. FYI, we did this up by hand with a ratchet and a spanner. We're just taking it out with a whizzer to see whether or not the bushes want to back themselves out. Yep, like that. Absolute pissing joke, mate. Like, one finger, look.
Oh, it's even gone, look, gone down the side of the...
It's just, these are a joke. This is a refund situation, hard race, because you supply. Oh, look at the state of that now. It's actually impossible to fit your rubber bushes. We've used sockets and vices. We've made aluminium plates to press evenly on both sides. Not happening. Just a quick post-edit catch-up on the bushes situation. Those were hard race bushes purchased from Tegura, and they were designed to fit an EG or a DC2 steering rack, JDM DC2 that is. Now, as you can see in the video there, they don't fit. There's no way they're going to fit. There's no way you can make them fit. I looked on Facebook to see if others had had a similar scenario, and yes, there was multiple people that all came forward and said, look, we've had a nightmare with these bushes as well. So I contacted Tegura, and they actually said to me that they are aware of this issue and
hadn't yet taken them off the website because they're waiting for Hard Race to come back to them. So it is a known issue. Hard Race do know about it. They're trying to work on a fix as quickly as they can. So in the meantime, they have now pulled the product from the Tegua website as a result of me ringing them. So great news. Well done to Tegua. Great service. Got me sorted out very quickly. Also had an issue with another part, which was the clutch flywheel cover for a K20. The part they listed on their website as for K20 EP3 DC5 was far too big. Turned out when I checked the part number, it's actually for automatic Accord. So they've now adjusted all the product descriptions and everything on the website so that no one else does the same thing. So well done. Thank you for Tegua sorting themselves out and getting it all fixed. They've offered me refunds on both items, so excellent customer service. Can't ask for no more than that, really. Right, let's get back to the video.
I'm hoping that my battery has enough power to capture this. We've been waiting for this a little while. Yeah. Well, that was sketchy, and I think the camera stopped fucking recording. We only had one little casualty on the frame there. So close. It's so far away.
I need a bit more persuasion.
Got to turn the camera off. Stop filming. We've got to smash some shit up. Got to do some finessing. But considering how massive the engine bay is, there was a lot less room to negotiate that in the hole than I expected, to be fair. I think the FN2 is not that much more difficult.
No.
But namely because I painted the engine bay and I'm just a little bit precious about everything. So, but got one mount on, so it's a third in. Right, we've just got to widen out that bracket a little bit because it's a little too snug for me to get the bushing in there. Well, it took a bit of fighting, but it is now in the hole. We're about to take the pressure off it for the first time, and it will now be fully supported under its own weight in the car. We just got to hope it don't make the back rear end of the car do a wheelie. Oh no, she's alright, mate. All good. Gravy. Look at that. Motor's in. Let's go for a drive. Well, would you look at that? Engine is in the hole. And it's looking pretty sweet. So, getting the engine in was tricky, but not ridiculous. Managed to get this mount in pretty easily. This side, however, was somewhat more tricky. This side of the bracket was just way too tight. Looks like it wasn't even welded on quite straight. Now, this is not a genuine Hasport mount kit. This is the eBay one. So I sort of have to expect that it's not going to be perfect, but with some tweakage, we managed to get it to fit. But my mate had a look at this weld here and suggests that we get it redone, or at least reinforce it at the very least, because it doesn't look as though it's got fantastic penetration there. Apparently I'm not a welding expert, so I have to rely on those that are. So if that's what he recommends, we need to look into getting that sorted. Now the clutch cable, the clutch line that we got has a banjo fitting on the end, and the factory slave cylinder just had a union pipe in it, so that needs a fix. We need to go and work out a banjo bolt fitting for that. Gear cables are all on and it shifts wicked. I mean, it just feels so awesome. It is literally like a bolt action shotgun, just bang bang bang, and it's so precise, it's ridiculous. All the brake lines are now completely finished. I don't know what happened to all my videos on this. I seem to have lost them somewhere somehow, but anyway, all AN fittings and lines, braided hoses, front and rear. Now what I did with the rear ones, you can see they come off the prop valve just there, they go down past the shifter bracket and out through the bottom there where the factory fuel lines come up, which now also have some nice AN fittings on them. If I can get the camera in there. They're -6 AN fittings ready for the fuel system to go in. So I've got to do all that just yet. But those brake lines that go down in there, I actually cut into the factory hard lines about 20 centimeters back from that curve in the bottom there, and then I just tapped into them with some male straight adapters and stuff like that. So having now done all of that, I would probably suggest that you don't bother using a 40/40 prop valve if you're going to go this sort of standard. Just tee it off of the master and run a single line through to the back, because then it makes it a lot easier to run a rear bias adjuster as well, because with this you have to use what they call a group N bias adjuster, which costs about triple. So we're going to run it and see how it works first as it is, and then if I need to make changes, then we'll maybe look at that another day. But things we've had to purchase, we needed to get a new throttle position sensor because this one has been broken. We caught it on the scuttle panel just there, twisting it into the bay. Knock sensor was broken already on the engine. You can just see there the shiny bit. There should have a green plug on that, so that's been wound out, ready to take a new sensor. I was going to paint the block, but I just thought, I don't even know if this engine's any good really, so we're not going to bother going to that level just yet. It's tidy enough. There's a few rotten bolts here and there, but you know, it's an old engine. 90,000 miles on it allegedly, unconfirmed, so we just got to suck it and see really. But I've ordered a coupler for the intake pipe. I've already got the radiator pipes. I've got a Mishimoto radiator coming today hopefully. Fuel system to do, got the exhaust. We've just got to fix the steering rack issue with the bushes, but as you can see, we've got an absolute tonnage of room down there to fit that in the gap, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting that in hopefully. Managed to get some new tie rod, what do they call them, lock washers, because obviously those track rods have been on and off a couple of times now, and they are meant to be a one-time use thing, but we've just gone for it anyway. Got new oil filter, got new oil, got gearbox oil, Torco MTF suggested for the M factory diff that's in there as well, with the new 2 and 3 gear ratios that were fitted along with the bearing kit. So the gearbox shouldn't give me any headaches. Random bits that we're still missing though. Bulb holder for the indicator, not on the loom, so missing that. Got to get a new vac hose for the brake booster that goes round to the intake manifold over there. Just odds and ends now really, buttoning up and odds and ends. All the chassis stuff on the rear is completely finished now. We're just waiting for the knuckles to come back with the long studs in. Had to have them pressed out slightly for the longer studs to be put in, and I've destroyed one of the ball joints as well getting it out, so we're going to have to replace the ball joint. Spark plugs, need new ones of them. and I think that's pretty much it for the service items and stuff like that. Custom intake's going to go there, 3-inch pipe with a 3-inch filter. We're just going to do a real simple basic straight with a filter, just so we can get it running and driving in the next few weeks hopefully. And then once I can get it rolling and driving, we can then just tow it, bleed the brakes obviously, and hopefully I can just tow it then down the road and have the flexi welded into the exhaust for the rest of the system. I've got the whole system. Got a massive tailpipe there, huge resonator, full 3-inch system. The rest is over here. So that's got a massive resonator on it as well. So full 3-inch right the way through. Not mucking about. Got to clean up the rear lights. They need sorting out. Just gonna try and restore all these black sections where the bits you see when you open the doors. The wheels are looking sick. I'll show you them in a sec. The colour just doesn't do any justice on film. They just don't look right at all, but these are genuine 96 spec DC2 Integra Enkey wheels, 15-inch, 6.5 wide, 114.3. Managed to get the replacement adapter that was missing. Someone told me I was going to kill myself by running these wheels with the adapters in. Bullshit, because they have them from the factory, and that's the factory one out of a wheel. So we've got that fixed. I did buy some replacements anyway, but they were slightly a different shape, so we've gone with the legit original one for that. Got myself a little Enkey sticker there. Not sure if I'm going to keep them. I'm going to stick them on and then run them, see what they look like. Coils, heater pipes. I've got some water hoses somewhere and some other bits and bobs. Next job to do is to repair this bonnet a bit. I had one on the car when I got it, but the outside condition was wrecked. I mean, this one don't look too bad on video, but it's filthy. We've got some rust starting to occur all around here, which is a common spot for it to go anyway. There's a little nick just there, wants sorting, and then underneath the brackets there's some more rust. So I'm going to degrease all of this, get it all washed down. I'm going to give it a light buffing. I'm going to restore the rust, get it all ground off, treated, and I'm just going to repaint just the inside of the bonnet real quick, and then that will be good enough for me. The outside of this bonnet though is pretty mint compared to the other one, so much happier to run this until such time I can get the car in the body shop to have it properly done. But yeah, that is a massive improvement on the one which I took off. So that's today's job. Then onto wiring. Not sure if this wiring is going to be any good though. Seems to have a lot of bare sections for whatever reason, and then on the main plug, I can access it, it is munched. I don't know quite what's happened to this in its previous life, but we've got a wire actually hanging out there. That's not even plugged in, it's hanging right out, and the whole casing of the plug is just in a bit of a mess. So I'm not quite sure if that's even going to work. May need to be on the hunt for another loom. That seems to have been the story of my life with this car. Most parts I've had to buy more than one of. I just hope to God that's not the case for the engine. After all the effort I've put in, I'd like to be rewarded by that engine just working, at least for a while. But we will see.